So, what is the story so far with Get a Better Broadcast Podcast and Video Voice? Hello, this is episode 202. Yeah, 202 daily consecutive episodes of this here podcast series, and the words come from the book that I'm writing at the same time. So I just thought after 200 odd episodes, and some of them you might say have been a little bit odd, I thought it was a good opportunity just to kind of reset, see where we are, what we've done so far, and kind of what is to come. First of all, thank you very much indeed for listening. I'm Peter Stewart. I'm the author of books on TV and radio presentation skills. I've hosted thousands of radio and TV shows and podcasts and bulletins. I've been a voice trainer for the BBC. I've trained with the prestigious Central School of Speech and Drama in London. And I decided to put together this series of podcasts and the book with advice, exercises and anecdotes from my career in radio and TV studios. All sorts of things going on here. Breathing and reading and inflection and projection and phonation and resonation, and some things which don't rhyme as well. You can see how our voyage of the voice has been continuing and developing if you've been with me from episode 1 on the 1st of January 2021. So let's chart the progress that we've made so far. We started off talking about the basics of how to sit and breathe to give the voice support. Then we tracked the journey of air from our lungs to the larynx into the mouth and nose. And we talked about the resonators which help give your voice body, whatever the tone of it. In the mouth, we discussed articulation and diction and how your mouth furniture of your lips and tongue, jaw, soft palate work to shape individual pockets of air in your breath into syllables of understandable sound. And on that related topic, we also talked briefly about accents, dialects and diction. More recently, I suggested that a better presentation comes in part from better writing, shorter sentences, un-stuffy words written in a conversational style. They're usually easier to read. And if such a script is easier to read, then you'll make fewer mistakes, be more confident, and such a feeling will be heard in the sound of your voice. And with that in mind, we looked at various writing tricks for scripts that you may well write yourself, and that dovetailed neatly onto the scripts written by other people, and how to mark those up so they're easier for you to communicate their intent. So, what happens now? Well, now, over the next few days and weeks, we're going to be moving on to more reading out loud skills. Yeah? A lot of this has been internal so far, hasn't it? And we're going to be starting with your voice pitch, that is high and low, and also your voice tone, which is the emotion within your presentation. But first of all, we're going to be looking a little bit more into reading out loud as Get a Better Broadcast Podcast and Video Voice continues. So, a couple of more days on reading out loud, and then we're going to be starting on that journey about pitch. I'm just going to leave you with this quote, a Chinese proverb, which says, "The tongue can paint what the eyes can't see." It kind of sums up really nicely about the power of your voice and how to use it to its best extent to be able to persuade, to inform, or to sell something to somebody. Maybe it's a product, maybe it's an idea. In other words, how to get a better broadcast, podcast and video voice. From London, I'm Peter Stewart.